Welcome to SDH's tour of USL League One. John here, you there. Thanks for hanging out with us as you always do. We'll take you through the events of the last 7 days and get you ready for the events of the next 7 days. Activity Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 17, 18, and 19. We are deep into the Jägermeister Cup. Although some folks might think that being deep in a Jägermeister Cup might mean you might need a refill. So this is where your refill starts here with activity in USL League One. We'll go through all the scores of the last 7 days that were Jägermeister Cup based. We'll get you ready for all the activity and all the news that is fit to print in USL League One. No dilly, no dally zone. We'll go through all the matchups that happened in Jägermeister Cup last Saturday. At American Legion, Forward Madison beat Charlotte Independence by the score of 2-1. Northern Colorado Hailstorm at Regal put 5 on 1 knocks, winning 5-1, which gets us to our match of the week. At Paladin Stadium on the campus of Furman University, the Peach States Derby inside of a Jägermeister Cup. I wonder how Peaches would go inside a Jägermeister Cup. Well, we're going to find out, at least from the Greenville version. Greenville triumph, South Georgia Tormenta. This one was crazy. What else is new? Here's your highlights, courtesy of our friends at USL League One, ESPN Plus, and YouTube.
So Anderson, Garner, Corvino, Oliver Howe gets his first start, and Anguiano in the midfield as well. Rodriguez and Steedman did see action off the bench in Wednesday's loss to the Battery.
This one a little bit close to home as we get this one going. Round 2 of the Jägermeister Cup for both Tormenta and Greenville. But Tormenta will keep pushing. Ball curling in, headed back towards goal, and it's punched out of bounds. Christian Garner, the one starting between the pipes today for Greenville.
Noco with 5 earlier today in a win over Knoxville. So technically, they could finish in last place and still qualify if they score the most goals.
McKinnon goes to his right. Lion McKinnon shoots, and oh my goodness! It's nearly deja vu for Lion McKinnon against Tormenta.
You think you've seen everything from Liam McKinnon, and he just pulls things out like that. You can't give this man any kind of space. Many coaches tell us, listen, the formation it doesn't matter in a big way. It obviously does 3 versus 4 at the back a little bit, but after that, not so much. Different when you're in possession without.
Spangler shoots, and it's saved by Garner. It's Lion McKinnon all by himself at the spot. McKinnon driving it in. And off target. Here's Lion McKinnon. Into the 18 he goes. Dragging that one back just a little bit too far behind Corvino. Polak. Centering it inside for Anguiano. And then it's Castro. Ford Parker with the save.
A lovely bit of skill from Mason Tunbridge.
Tunbridge takes it himself and bends it over top. Hayden Anderson winning that transaction. Herrera getting bullied there. Here's a shot on target, and oh my goodness! A screaming effort for Tormenta. Mason Tunbridge lasering that one to top shelf.
Greenville got themselves to blame a little bit for that goal, messing around with it on the edge of the box a little bit too much. And here, not clearing it. Tunbridge, one touch, bang! Garner.
Now Tormenta will go at it once again. Curry with the cross inside, punched away by Garner. This one brought down, sent right. Here's a winding shot, looking for that corner once again, this time Steedman shooting. Spangler continuing to press on, he's still on his feet. Spangler, nice weighted ball, Curry! And he blasts it home! Tormenta take the advantage.
Well deserved.
Ross, can you believe he is the, oh, never mind, here we go. Spangler shoots, it's Spangler, just wide.
Rick Wright could use a timeout right now.
He's still on the ground. And now the whistle will blow. And the ref is just going to call it there for the half.
Another concern for it. Right, going into the break line, McKinnon, he's dealt with his share of injuries last season. Let's put this one just inside the penalty spot there, you'd think.
McKinnon pops it up. It's Jamie Smith! Follow-through shot, still in the fray of things. Taps it to Herrera. Greenville finds something on this end. McKinnon takes a shot himself. It's saved by Parker. That had some venom. Greenville progressing forward, getting the numbers. McKinnon with a stutter. One-on-one with Ramos. He's able to get by him. But then Ramos with some contact inside the penalty area, and it will be a penalty. Can he tie this game up for Greenville? Jamie Smith, he scores!
He probably shouldn't have. Ford Parker's going to regret that one. Got squeezed under him. It wasn't really the best taken penalty by Jamie Smith, but had enough power on it to find both in the top 5 in all-time USL League One appearances, along with Evan Lee.
Curry with the ball across!
Could have gone anywhere. Garner came a flap and didn't get there.
Anderson with the cross, and it's headed on goal! Zakowski was able to flick it to the corner, but Ford Parker was better. Now Smith, long distance effort, and it's in! Jamie Smith from downtown!
My, oh my. I almost laughed at the audacity of the attempt by Jamie Smith, but what can this man do? Our player to watch tonight for Greenville, living up to all expectations. And more.
What a shot from Jamie Smith.
Off his foot, it looked like it was going over. Just with the chest, and then... well,
didn't even catch it on the game cam. That goal brought to you by the YMCA Greenville. And the Triumph might be pushing for another here. Zakowski trying to screamer himself. We've seen some crazy games between these two clubs across the history. Tunbridge with the service. Headed across, goal! Perry back out, floated up again. And Evan Lee knocks this one away. We've got 5 more minutes to go.
Down 2-0, down to 10 men, come all the way back.
Herrera making a run forward. Chapa Herrera. Can he get there in time? He can! And it's clipped by Parker. We'll see when the whistle blows for Wesley Costa, and that is the cue for it. Greenville, in a back-and-forth affair, are able to knock out Tormenta for the 2nd time this season. And they get their first Jägermeister Cup win.
Greenville gets the win over South Georgia Tormenta in a 5-goal crazy pants matchup, 3-2. Lexington and Central Valley went to penalties, tied at 2 after 90 minutes. Lexington won on penalties, 4-1. CHI Memorial Stadium, Chattanooga Red Wolves beat Richmond by the final of 1-0. Spokane Velocity over Union Omaha in a 5-goal thriller at 1 Spokane by the final of 3-2, which sets up your standings. And once again, you're dealing with regular season standings. You're dealing with Jägermeister Cup standings. So it's kind of a couple of different ways to go about things here. And looking at the standings in League One, Greenville's on top after 7 matches with 13 points. Union Omaha, Charlotte, 1 Knox, Spokane, all with 10 points. Union Omaha has played the least amount of matches with 4, so they have the better points per match average. Charlotte and 1 Knox have equal wins, losses, draws, and goal difference. So whatever the 5th tiebreaker is, gives it to Charlotte so far. They won their last one. We'll say that for the moment. So it's Charlotte and 1 Knox, and then Spokane having played 6 matches. They are the worst per match points average, and so they are in 5th. Forward Madison is 5 matches played, 9 points. South Georgia Tormenta, a bit of a rough patch. They've lost 3 of their last 4. They are at 7 points in 7th. Kickers, after a bit of a rough start, have circled back into it. They only have 2 points in their last 3 matches, 2 draws, 1, 3, and 2. They're at 5 points. They are ahead of Lex SC on goal difference by 1 goal. And Chattanooga has only played 3 matches this season. They're 1-1-1. Remember, early postponements because of facilities and weather and such. So they're at 1-1-1 and 4 points. They've got a lot of games that they can make up and points to make up as well. Central Valley's lost 5 in a row after winning the first one this season, and they're at 3 points. Hailstorm 0-2-2, and they are at 2 points this season in the overall. Looking at Jägermeister Cup standings separately, the Jägermeister Cup standings, once again, the emphasis is on goals. Group number 1, it is Greenville, 2 matches played, 4 points. Charlotte, 2 matches played, 2 points. Richmond, 2 matches played, 2 points. And South Georgia Tormenta, 2 matches played, 1 point, where they lost in the shootout. Remember, it's an extra point if you go through 90 minutes tied, and then you end up with the extra point winning the shootout. Group 2, it is Lexington with 2 matches and 5 points ahead of Forward Madison, Chattanooga, and One Knox. One Knox has the worst goal difference of the 3. They are at -3 in goal difference. Group 3, Northern Colorado leads in the Jägermeister Cup standings over Spokane Velocity in goal difference by 3 goals. Central Valley 2 matches and 2 draws, so they have 3 points, winning a shootout along the way. Union Omaha in the Jägermeister Cup 2 matches, 1 loss, 1 draw, -1 in goal difference and 2 points. So that is where things stand when it comes to all of the activity in USL League One. News that is fit to print before we get you into the weekend. USL Antelope Valley has announced that Brian Kleban will be their inaugural coach. That one was announced. Was announced on Friday. The former MLS Academy coach joins the expansion club as their first head coach. Power rankings in USL League One. It is Greenville up to number 1, Union Omaha down to number 2, Spokane up 2 to 3, Charlotte down to 4, Forward Madison up 2 to 5, which means One Knox, Richmond down to 6 and 7, Tormenta, Lexington, Chattanooga 8, 9, and 10. Hailstorm with their big win, they are now up to 11, and Central Valley is down to number 12. So that's your power rankings in USL League One as of the midweek, and we'll keep an eye on that. Spokane has acquired goalkeeper Brooks Thompson on loan from Hartford Athletic. Everybody knows what Brooks has been able to accomplish in a couple of his stops along the way. Lexington's Yannick Yankum has been called up to the Maltese national team. And congratulations to Yannick for that nod for him with his time at Lexington. Westchester SC has been granted a League One franchise, and they aim to kick off in Westchester County, New York. They're going to play in Mount Vernon and going to consolidate academy programs with the New York Premier FC. So Westchester County, New York is aiming to kick off in 2025 in USL League One as well. No surprise, Mike Jeffries voted USL League One Coach of the Month for April. Now, getting into your juice boxes as we wrap things up and get you out the door for another go-round of USL League One. Charlotte, underdog, as the Murder Owls come to town at a +145. Charlotte a +167. Late night Friday, Central Valley a +220 hosting One Knox. Mark McKeever's bunch is a +104. And Richmond and Greenville. Greenville right now a +149 on the road at Richmond. Richmond a +164. And your draw is a +223. One other note, Texoma FC has named Adrian Forbes as the club's inaugural sporting director. So we see things continue to grow at Texoma FC as well. And if you haven't gotten your Portland Hearts of Pine gear, you're probably going to have to wait a little while, or at least maybe get a size that might be a little bigger than normal and then just wash it in hot water. So we'll see what happens there. Get them all. Get them now. Get stacked with all of your gear and all of the stuff, looking at everything in USL League One. If you are near Charlotte, near Central Valley, or near Richmond this weekend, go and visit. You get to see the talent on display here in USL League One. If you are in market and cannot be a part of it, follow along in your local provider. If you are out of market and still want to keep track of things, what you can do is go to ESPN Plus, the home of USL League One, and keep an eye on all the matchups there. And listen to us every single week, and you can catch up with all of the folks that are attached to USL League One and find out all the storylines and get yourself ready on a week-to-week basis. So for everybody here at SDH, I'm just John. Thanks for hanging out with us for another round of SDH and USL League One. Play safe, everybody. Enjoy the games.